I'd like to call this meeting to order. Regular board meeting, March 9th. Can I get a roll call?
President Sterling.
Here.
Board Member McKinney.
Here.
Board Member Charleston.
Here.
Board Member Johnson.
Here.
Secretary Neal here.
Pam Cook, Recording Secretary.
Terrell Yarbrough, Superintendent.
Shelley Wagner, Human Resources.
Michelle, Herb, Curriculum and Instruction.
Jason Bloom, Communications and Community Relations.
Josh Rand, Business and Operations.
Well, it's my pleasure this evening to eventually bring in our favorite students from Parker Center. We're always excited to have Parker Center here for the Pledge of Allegiance. We don't tell the other schools, but this is by far our most favorite school to invite to the pledge. So we're excited to have them here with us today.
Whole crew.
Dr. Bloom, I think the other schools would agree too.
Well, it's on live stream, so they all heard this.
It's the first time we didn't shoot out Ralston.
So we have some of our Parker Pups with us. Classrooms got to nominate students that show respectful, safe, and ready to learn behavior all of the time. So these are some of our students that do a great job of following all of our Parker Center rules and expectations. All right, so we're gonna stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And they're also going to share the Parker Creed or the Parker Center Pledge with you. Are you guys ready? I promise to make Parker Center a better place. I am respectful. I am safe. I am ready to learn. Great job. Can you get everybody?
Yeah. More if you want to slide that one just a little bit. Just so I kind of I'll take one and I'll move fast. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I'll get out of here for a second.
Did everybody get their pictures? Yes. You guys did a great job. We're going to follow this way, and then your grown-ups can come on out there.
Super fast.
You guys did a great job.
They're so cute. I know they are.
I'm going to Mexico on Wednesday though.
Oh, you
so
are?
if you do it next week, don't do it.
It's recycled plastic here, and then this is
Anyone from now on.
recycled stainless steel.
We'll give them the bills right after you let Pledge of Allegiance.
There you go. That'll be a hard sell for me to get people to show up.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
Board Member McKinney,
Aye.
Board Member Carlson,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Aye.
Secretary Leach, President Staley.
Aye. Dr. Troy.
All right, thank you, sir. The mission of the Harlan Consolidated School District as a vital part of the community is to help diverse learners realize their limited potential by providing an educational program dedicated to academic excellence and the development of strong character in a safe and respectful learning environment.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can I get a motion to approve the board meeting minutes February 17th, 2026?
Motion. Second.
Board Member McKinney,
Aye.
Board Member Carlson,
Yes.
Board Member Johnson,
Aye.
Secretary Leach, President Staley.
Aye. Good? Okay. Jason Blue.
All right. Well, this evening we have special recognition. All right, guys, ready? You're up. So remember to stand in place. Well, it is my pleasure this evening to reintroduce some faces that are familiar to you all, but I'm excited to have the opportunity to recognize and highlight not only our Big Ten conference champions, but also our state qualifiers who finished in the best place we've ever finished as a high school. They finished in 13th place at the IHSA State Dance Competition, and so my pleasure to recognize a group of young ladies that have had a pretty awesome season. And so congratulations to you all. We're going to hear a little bit about this, but before I turn it over to Coach and let her talk about, and we get to meet all of our athletes here, one of the things is I was kind of preparing and scrolling through their Facebook page, actually. Like, if you get a chance and you're on Facebook, go check out. You can see the dance that they did at State. It's pretty amazing. Great rendition of the song, too, which was an awesome choice. But pretty impressive to see what these young ladies can do. That dance is pretty awesome. But one of the things I saw in there that I thought was really cool, and I just wanted to give a shout out, especially to the coaches that they're the ones that lead this work, is that I saw like posts about how I think there's some of you were at Ralston Elementary doing some fun things. We had the buddy dance, like just a lot of things that show like off the dance floor type stuff, like things that they're doing in and around the school district and our community. It says a lot about these young ladies and our coaches and their commitment to more than just dance. So congratulations to that as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Coach Summer, let her talk a little bit about the season and all the accomplishments that they had, and then we get to hear their names and all that kind of stuff. So.
Hi, I'm Summer Henderson. We had a great year. We went into state in 22nd place, 21st, 22nd place, and you have to come in the top 12 to make it to day 2 to get to day 2 finals, and we came in 13th.
By this much.
By
It's like 0.65 or something.
0.65,
Yeah.
like, I literally was like, ugh. But that is the highest we've ever placed. We have a great team of very, very technically trained, skilled, passionate dancers. So a lot of that comes from them, and it makes our job very easy. So we appreciate that. So, yeah.
You guys want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
Great. Yep.
I'm Colby Shields and I'm a freshman. I'm Sunny Shields and I'm a junior. I'm Ariel Broderick and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Keegan Kilmer, I'm a sophomore.
I'm Haley Musgrave and I'm a junior.
I'm Natalie Kilmer and I'm a senior.
I'm Emma Wigginton and I'm a junior. I'm Elise Watson and I'm a junior. I'm Katie Hall and I'm a sophomore.
Chelsea Pruitt, assistant coach.
So what I heard is that we will be back here next year, recognizing you for competing down state again, maybe taking that on. So again, if you watch that video, and I watched it, and I don't, to be honest, know tons about dance, and I don't even know who the person was that was talking on the video, but they were really talking a lot about some of the technical skills and some of the things that they pulled off, and so I really encourage you to watch that. And but on behalf of the board, our community, our home school district, we want to say congratulations and thank you for your hard work. It's pretty impressive, and again, to your coaches, that are building programs like this that I make light sometimes of us coming back each year, but that says so much to these two that have been involved for quite some time, and the programs that they're building and continuing to develop programs that are competing at a high level and then representing us well. And so, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
They're also the winter season high GPA.
Heck
We had that last year, too.
That's pretty amazing. So congratulations to you all. We're going to do a photo real quick with the
Okay.
board, and if you want to kind of scooch in. So yeah, you might have to crouch a little bit. Otherwise you won't see.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm gonna have Rebecca maybe slide one way or something. I can take care of. There. Up there. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So I'm moving. It's some right now. I know.
See him move.
So I had one other recognition who we're going to reschedule, kind of a last minute conflict. I did want to just make a mention, just in case it doesn't work for schedules. In the future, our plan was to recognize Mason. You saw a young gentleman that was supporting us through all of the different meetings we were at the high school. He was working alongside, obviously, Mike Stanley and Jeremy Boyes, and we want to take a moment to recognize and thank him for all the time that he put into support the sound setup, mics, all that type of stuff, as we had quite a few meetings over at the high school. So I'm hoping to have him here, but just in case, schedules don't allow, I want to say thank you, and obviously thank you to Michael as well, who, with all of our meetings and changes of schedules and stuff like that, he's always willing to jump and be here to help with streaming and all that stuff. So thank you, Michael, for your commitment to supporting that. And then lastly, I wanted to take a moment, I know we all enjoyed some fabulous food, and actually saw Erin Watson, who was just here a second ago with her kindergartner at the Kishwaukee dinner. And so that evening we had 2 recognitions of board members of ours, and so just so that everybody can see it online, as well as everybody that's here, I want to take a moment to just congratulate and thank first Kirk Thompson, who's not here, so I'll maybe give him a shout out at the next meeting. But he had earned the designation of Established Board Leader, which is an honor awarded to board members who have accumulated at least 200 points through ongoing professional development and leadership opportunities. But then I also want to recognize Ms. Evelyn Meeks, who was named Distinguished Annual Merit Board Leader, which is a huge accomplishment. This recognition is awarded to board members who have already achieved the Distinguished Board level of 400 points, and then have continued their professional learning by earning at least 40 additional points within the past year. And so thank you to our board as a whole, who engages in the professional development, but obviously to Evelyn and Kurt for earning those recognitions for your commitment to continuing to always learn and grow in this role as board members. So congratulations to the 2 of you. And with that, that ends my report this evening.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
To double on what you said with board learning, I'll be sending out some dates from Pam for the next board training session with Laura Martinez that will not just be the normal board, it will be a new topic. Okay, we have one comment from the community. At this time, I recognize Pamela Hardy.
First of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to speak to you all. I want to give a little bit of a history about where I am and where I've come from here. I went to the Harlem School District my entire life, all the way up until my senior year, when my folks moved out in the country. I started working in the Harlem School District when my son was a student over at Ralston. And was very thankful to be able to be on the same schedule as he was as I started working in the cafeteria. Fast forwarded a little bit to 2010. I stood before the school board then, and Dr. Hurley asked if I could come in on a monthly basis and pray. And pray for all of you, not you, y'all weren't here then, you're probably going to school at that. But asking if I could come in on a monthly basis and pray for this district, to pray for the decisions that y'all have to make. And I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. And so first of all, being able to come before you all, give you a little bit of a background on me. And he gave me that permission. And I started coming in every month up until COVID. And of course, then the doors got shut. But even though the doors got shut, my prayers didn't get shut. And I have continually prayed for this school district because I am a stakeholder in this school district. These kids matter, and I know they matter to you. And I know they matter to God. And so with that being said, last week, the COTW meeting, y'all were talking about all the policies. And just listening to some of the things that y'all are having to make some very, very hard choices and decisions and things that you're facing. This society and the media and what's transpiring in our young people these days, this is not an easy task for you all. And I just want you to know that I honor you all. I pray for you all continually, I do. And I ask for God's wisdom and direction for you because of where you're at and these waters that you're trying to navigate through these days. It cannot be easy. So I just want you to know my prayers are with you all, will continue. And if you ever want any specific prayer, I'm going to be here. I'm going to still be here. I'm still going to be back here and letting you know that I am here. And I do admire you all, and I do thank God for each of you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, final part. Approval of the bills.
All right, thank you. The total payables this period were $763,053.44. There was one payroll this period in the amount of $3,748,156.72. For total expenditures of $4,511,210.16. The education fund paid $3,966,500.57. The tort fund paid $300. The operations and maintenance fund paid $171,341.14. The transportation fund paid $243,124.07. The IMRF Social Security Fund paid $129,944.38. And for total expenditures again of $4,511,210.16. Are there any unanswered bill questions? That is it for the bills.
Motion to approve the bills.
Motion. Second. Board Member Carlson.
Yes.
Board Member Johnson.
Aye.
Secretary Eads. Aye. President Sterling.
Aye.
Board Member Green.
Aye.
Dr.
Thank you. I have one item this evening. At our last meeting on February 17th, I brought a proposed school calendar for next year that was created collaboratively between the union and administration. It's the most balanced first semester and second semester that we have ever had, and actually received the most positive comments from any of the calendars that we have ever received feedback from. You're never going to get 100% of the people liking the same calendar. I've received no questions or comments since the last meeting, so tonight I'm asking for board approval this evening.
Thank you. Any comments or questions on the calendar?
I just had one question. The, sorry, the 4th of January, can that SIP day be put anywhere else? It just seems like the kids are already out of school for 2 weeks, and then to give them another.
We actually found it to be a really smooth transition. It was good for the teachers to come back. They would be all prepared for coming back from winter break, and found it to be very successful this year.
Thank you.
No pushback starting on August 13th?
There's pushback no matter what day of
Well,
the
I know.
day.
Well, but there hasn't
Yeah.
been dramatic over-response. Okay.
No, you saw every response I shared, each and every one of them.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All right, back to Dr. Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. My first item this evening is a recommendation to approve a resolution declaring surplus property at Parker Center and Harlem Middle School. 10B2 is a recommendation to accept the January 2026 Treasurer's Report. Are there any final questions after we review it? Committee of the whole? Next is a recommendation to approve a membership renewal with IHSA, or the Illinois High School Association, for the 26-27 school year. That's a no-cost, just membership. So 10B4 through 10B8 all relate to the same thing and are the same amount. Why don't I read the first one, the names, and then, is that all right? So 10B4 is a recommendation to approve an independent contractor agreement with Colleen Blaney to provide tutoring services for students who attend St. Bridget's School for the FY26 school year at a cost of $2,381 paid with Title I funds. So we have a handful of the same contract, just different people. So 10B5 is with Christy Daubert, 6 is with Angela Hinkle, 7 is Lisa Marriott, and 8 is Stephanie Shuck.
Just for knowledge for people, these are students that would attend Harlem had they not gone to a private school, and therefore their funds followed up.
Yes, yep, exactly. Are there any questions on those tutoring contracts? 10B9 is a recommendation to approve a contract renewal with Northwestern Illinois Association, or NIA, for a needs assessment at a cost of $591,794 for the FY27 school year, funded by the IDEA Flow-Through Part B grant. Heidi went through that at committee of the whole on Wednesday. Are there any remaining questions on the NIA contract? Okay. 10B10 is a recommendation to approve a resolution regarding the allocation and transparency of community facility sales tax revenue. This has been updated for our conversation on Wednesday, and this relates to the referendum in March regarding the 1-cent sales tax and what the board would like to do if that passes, and how we would spend those funds, abate the taxes, what projects we would do, and how we would publicly explain that money, have a public hearing, show the money that came in and what projects were done in full transparency with those receipts. So I don't know if there's anything else anyone has, but we would approve this tonight, and our path forward, if these funds do come in, go from there. Any questions or comments on it?
If not, nothing changes, correct?
If not, nothing changes, that's correct.
Okay, so, but it this way, if Rockford passes it, it automatically comes to Harlem. Harlem's gonna say, here's what we will do with the money, this is the only thing we can do with the money.
If there's no other questions in my report, that's my report this evening.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Schulenberg.
Thank you, President Sterling. I have the recommendation to approve the personnel agenda and addendum this evening, both. We have 8 employments, 2 transfers, and 37 resignations, the majority of which were retirement notices. That's it for me, thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Yerba.
Thank you, President Sterling. I have 5 FOIA requests to read tonight. The first one is 10D1, dated on January 20th, 2026, was submitted by Ashley Bragg, requesting access to the following records related to any bonds or debt issued for the CTE expansion projects. Additionally, responded on February 3rd of 2026 with the inclusive documents. Next FOIA request, 10D2, dated January 26th of 2026, was submitted by Amanda Majewski, requesting records of all emails complaints, reports, incident documentation, or disciplinary records involving Alex Grabo. The district responded to the requester on February 10th of 2026 with the applicable inclusive documents. The next FOIA is 10D3, was dated on January 30th of 2026, was also submitted by Amanda Rajewski, requesting records of all bus surveillance video and or audio recordings, proceedings, assignment records, incident reports, complaints, or internal communications for the school bus assigned to my child. The district responded to the requester on February 13th of 2026 with the applicable inclusive documents. Next, 10D4, was dated on January 10th of 2026, was submitted by Woo Park from the data branch requesting a spreadsheet or equivalent file containing all purchases or contracts issued between January 1st, 2023 and the present. The district responded to the requester on February 12th of 2026 with the inclusive documents. Then 10D5, dated January 18th of 2026, was submitted by Matt Stockwell of the data branch requesting our fleet management contract and operational data. The district responded to the requester on February 18th, 2026 with the inclusive documents. And that's the final FOIA. Any questions on any of that?
I know it may be simple, but we're looking at 10D4 and it says containing all purchases. I mean, are we talking everything across the board from crayons to paper supplies to anything big, or we got like a financial difference, or no, it just says
That's the one with the
containing all
purchases
purchases
or
or
contracts.
contracts, but it's like all purchases, like everything that the district has bought.
From that time frame.
Yeah, there was some limitation to that, but yeah, there was quite a few. We're getting a lot of those commercial
Yeah.
ones where they're just selling the info.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I think I said it at the last meeting too, like we're getting a lot of FOIA requests about everything.
So we assume like with the documents, you know, there had to be like a break where it's like if you've spent over this amount or under this amount, or it's just basically everything.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
All right, and then my final one is 10D6, recommendation to approve first reading of policy updates for March 4th, 2026 from the recent policy committee meeting. Any questions on that? That is my part.
Thank you, sir. Motion to approve the personal agenda and addendum.
Motion. Second.
Board Member Johnson.
Aye.
Secretary Meeks. Aye. President Sterling.
Aye.
Board Member McKinney.
Aye.
Board Member Carlson.
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution declaring surplus property.
Motion. Second.
Secretary Meeks. Aye. President Sterling.
Aye.
Board Member McKinney.
Aye.
Board Member Carlson.
Yes.
Board Member Johnson.
Aye.
Motion to approve the 2026-2020 district calendar.
Motion.
Second.
Board President Sterling.
Aye.
Board Member McKinney.
Aye.
Board Member Carlson.
Yes.
Board Member Johnson.
Aye.
Secretary Meeks. Aye.
Michael, did you do 11B?
We didn't have any student travel requests.
Okay, that's what I thought. Let me make sure.
Yes. All right, we are back to 12C. Motion to approve to accept January 2026 treasurer's report.
Motion.
Second.
President Sterling.
Aye.
Board Member McKinney.
Aye.
Board Member Carlson.
Yes.
Board Member Johnson.
Aye.
Secretary Meeks. Aye.
It's going faster without the other two. Can I get a motion to approve the, I didn't mean it like that. Aaron said he's watching from home.
I was gonna say, I'm watching carefully.
Can I get a motion to approve the membership renewal of the IHSA Illinois High School Association for 2026-2027 school year?
Motion. Second.
Board Member McKinney.
Aye.
Board Member Carlson.
Yes.
Board Member Johnson.
Aye.
Secretary Meeks. Aye. President Sterling.
Aye. Can I get a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Conlon Blaney to provide tutoring services for students who attend St. Bridget's School for the FY26 school year for a total of $2,381 paid with the ESEA Title I funds?
Motion.
Second.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye. Can I get a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Krista Taubert to provide tutoring services for students who attend St. Bridget's School for the FY26 school year for a total of $2,381 paid with the ESEA Title I funds?
Motion.
Second.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Angela Henkel to provide tutoring services for students who attend St. Bridget's for the FY26 school year for a total of $2,381 paid with the ESEA Title I funds?
Motion. Second.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Can I get a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Lisa Marriott to provide tutoring services for students who would attend St. Bridget's School for the FY26 school year for a total of $2,381 paid with the ESEA Title I funds?
Motion.
Second.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement with Stephanie Shuck to provide tutoring services for students who attend St. Bridget's School for the FY26 school year for a total of $2,381 paid with the ESEA Title I funds?
Motion.
Second.
President Sterling?
Aye.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the contract renewal with Northwestern Illinois Association for needs assessment at a cost of $591,794 for the FY27 school year funded by the IDEA Flow Through Part D grant?
Motion.
Second.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye. Can we get a motion to approve the resolution regarding the allocation and transparency of community facility sales tax revenue?
Motion.
Second.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye. Can I get a motion to approve the first reading of policy updates from March 4th, 2026 Policy Committee?
Motion.
Second.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Are there any announcements and discussion at this time? Can I get a motion to go into executive session to discuss employment of personnel? 5 ILCS 120-2C1.
Motion. Second.
Board Member Johnson?
Aye.
Secretary Meeks? Aye. President Sterling?
Aye.
Board Member McKinney?
Aye.
Board Member Carlson?
Yes.
Roll right into it, or do you want 5 minutes?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.